In this video, I'm going to cover 6 video marketing tips for business that will help you get more clients. Hi everyone, my name's Itamar Blauer. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss out on any future digital marketing related content. The things I'm going to be talking about in this video are really important for anyone creating a video marketing strategy, so make sure you watch the entire video to ensure that you get all of the tips that are going to be mentioned. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The first video marketing tip is to have a goal in mind. Now, there are many different goals that you can have when you're creating video content. This can be getting more leads, it can be increasing your brand awareness, and it can even be increasing your authority in terms of how people perceive your brand. Remember that you can have more than one goal when it comes to video marketing, but make sure that the goals are distinct to avoid confusion when you're creating your video content. The second video marketing tip is to identify your target audience. Now, this is really key, and it's also where many businesses fail to properly identify their target audiences, especially when it comes to video marketing. So what you need to do is you need to figure out who your ideal target audience is. You need to create personas, you need to figure out the demographics, but also the behavioral and psychographic traits of these personas in terms of how they behave online. Once you know that, you can then go onto different platforms and manually see where these people hang out online, which platforms do they use, which platforms do they engage the most with, and then you can use that to get a better idea in terms of which platforms you need to target when you're sharing your video content, which we'll get to a bit later in this video. You can also take a look at your competitors' videos and see how do people engage. Take a look at the time and day where your competitors are posting their video content on these platforms, just so you have a better idea in terms of when you should be uploading to get the most engagement. Also, take note of the video hosting platform that they're using. Is it YouTube? Is it Dailymotion? Is it Vimeo? Video marketing tip number 3 is to pick the right types of videos. Now, there are so many types of videos out there, so I'm going to list out the video types that generally get the most views. And these are things such as vlogs, live streams, tutorials, webinars, product demos, expert interviews, testimonials, and animated explainer videos. Ideally, you pick up to 3 types of videos to use for your video marketing strategy, because you can start off with these 3 and see how they perform and how people are engaging, and then you can choose to switch it up if you feel like they're not performing that well. But I'd always recommend starting with 3. Video marketing tip number 4 is to plan your series, and this is one of the most important parts, and it's where you need to get the most creative. So you need to pick a good name for your series, something that's memorable, something that rolls off the tongue, something creative. And then you need to ask yourself, is this video series going to be episodic? What the duration of the videos are going to be? Who's going to be in the video? What locations are you going to need for this video? What will be in the script? These are all questions you need to ask yourself so you get a better idea of how your video series is going to be planned out. This is also helpful if you want to keep consistency with your videos so that you don't go off on a tangent and start making videos that are irrelevant to the series. So I'd always recommend planning the video series before you start producing videos. Video marketing tip number 5 is to choose good and affordable equipment. Now, this is really important because having the right equipment can turn your videos from average to great. The 4 main types of equipment you're going to need is a camera, a microphone, lighting, and video editing software. And nowadays there's a lot of choice out there, so you shouldn't need to break the bank if you want some good equipment for your video content. I would say probably the most important equipment to get is the microphone and lighting, because if you don't have good lighting in your videos, even if you have a good camera, your videos will look terrible. So make sure that you have a good mic that's clear and also good lighting. Video marketing tip number 6 is to plan your video marketing. How are you going to get your videos in front of your target audience, and how are you going to get them to engage with them? Assuming you've done the right research in tip number 2 about identifying your audience, you can use the platforms that they hang out on and upload short snippets of your videos natively on these platforms. What I mean by this is you create short trailers of the full video that you have, but upload them directly onto the platforms that your target audience hang out in, and then from there you're more likely to get more engagement from these platforms. What you can also do is use hashtags to increase your reach, and also leave a comment under your post that has a link to the full video that's going to be hosted wherever you put the full video on, whether that's YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, etc. You can utilize the time and day to your advantage by knowing exactly when you should be uploading these snippets onto these platforms to get the most engagement. So those have been 6 video marketing tips for business that will get you more clients. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like rating below. I've been Itamar Blauer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, you've reached the end of this video, but don't worry, there's plenty more great content that you can watch right now. All you have to do is click one of the 2 video links on the left side of the screen. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to never miss out on future uploads.